Hi there, it's me, Alviana Brewster, the CEO of Black Nurse Entrepreneurs. We are the premier networking organization for Black nurses who are interested in launching, building, and growing their entrepreneurial endeavors worldwide. Now, in the month of April, I brought to you information about how to appropriately automate your business. Then, in the month of May, I talked to you about how to build strategic momentum in your business. June has been all about business operations and the importance of having them inside of the business to improve your efficiency and the efficacy of your business and what you're doing. And so today I wanted to talk to you about how an OBM or online business manager can improve your business, especially through training and onboarding of your staff, whether you have W-2 employees versus contractors. You want to make sure that there's a level of consistency across the board when you bring people on to your business. And so the last video I talked to you about OBMs versus VAs and the differences. So today I want to specifically focus on online business managers and how they can help you. Okay. So let's go back to the very, very beginning of this. I said that OBMs are strategists, organizers, and they help you with efficiency, right? So what does that mean when you relate that to your onboarding and your training? Well, first of all, let me be very clear. Before I had operations business managers and I went and got VAs and people to help me within the business, I just really didn't have a formalized structure or strategy for going out and appropriately vetting and hiring or contracting with people. Didn't have a system in place. It was more like, well, can you do this task? Okay, good. You're hired. You're onboarded tomorrow, type of thing. And that's really not the most appropriate way. And so I became sharper and more strategic in appropriately vetting, asking the right questions, and looking for very specific candidates to meet the needs that I was looking for. And so my online business managers, what they did was they streamlined that process and they tightened it up, making sure that we had certain things in place as we went about going to look for personnel. So let me kind of go through some of the other things. So when you're in the hiring process or you're in the contracting process, I know a lot of us have online contractors that we're working with, but either way, you want to make sure that this process is very streamlined and systematic. And what they helped me to do was to identify some of the bottlenecks that I was having in the business and how can we remove those or tweak those in order to make sure that we are vetting and bringing on the appropriate people. So the next thing I wanted to say is they make sure that all your appropriate onboarding documents are signed. They make sure that accesses are appropriately granted to the correct people, such as maybe you use Slack for communication. So they make sure that those people have access to the Slack and know where and when to communicate to the rest of the team. How about policies and procedures, or those incredibly important SOPs that you guys don't like sometimes? They make sure that your new people have read them, have reviewed them, understand the company, understand the mission, vision, values, understand the appropriate times when to come in, when to leave work, how long it should take, all of those things that we need to make sure that your contractors are performing at their highest level. Then your OBM can monitor and streamline that process. How about with training, a systematic approach to training? They make sure that everyone that comes on has the same exact training. And the incredibly good part about that is making sure that you're consistent across the board. And it doesn't matter who you have there, you can have confidence in knowing everybody is receiving the exact same training. Especially in the beginning, let's say it's a general overview of the business or general accesses and stuff. We want to make sure that people have the training and know how to use maybe your systems or your programs and things. You want to make sure that they know how to use them. But also, if there's a specific role, then you want to make sure that that person has the specific training that is applicable to that role. And the OBM can make sure that there's a documented process and that they are following that process. Also, think about it this way. They can help you to reduce errors and waste of time and money. Now, this is what I love because I don't like to waste either. I do not like wasting my time or your time or our money. I believe those things are super important. So, therefore, your operations person can monitor and oversee this to make sure that there's not a reduction or a waste in your resources. You want to make sure that people are not creating or committing a lot of errors. If so, then there may need to be a review of the process or a review of the onboarding or the training that they've been given. And then there may need to be some tweaks that are made to ensure that the process goes smoother and that, again, it can be duplicated for the next person that is onboarded. You want to make sure that the operations person, that they have the appropriate means to monitor and make sure that tasks are executed in a timely fashion, as well as making sure that the workload is appropriate for the person. So whatever your contract states as far as hours and the task being done, you want to make sure that that person feels like they have sufficient resources to be able to complete the task in a timely fashion. So in other words, if you have virtual assistants working on specific tasks, you want to make sure that they're using their time wisely, but also that they have enough time to complete the task. And if not, then there may need to be some adjustments made. How about consistency? Whenever you go through these processes, you've documented them, you've reviewed them, you've tweaked them, and you've streamlined them, then this should help to improve your consistency again across the board. It can become duplicated no matter who you talk to or no matter who you bring on. There's a process in place every single time, but also hopefully with the increase in the increase in consistency should increase your productivity. People can do things quicker, faster, and more efficiently. There is a level of adaptability. So if things change quickly, then hey, all we got to go do is go to the process, tweak it a little bit, and that helps to make us a little bit more adaptable to the changes in the marketplace or the changes in systems and structures. And then lastly, you're setting yourself up for growth. Whenever you can streamline, automate, oversee, make sure that your onboarding and your training is consistent and that it is efficient, then this helps you to be able to grow your business. And you want to have exponential growth and momentum. I think that's one of the best things about business growth is then you start to see what I call your flywheel. Well, not necessarily my term. I should say that what I have adapted to is the business flywheel. Jim Collins created the flywheel effect. And actually, we're going to be having a masterclass coming at the end of the month to talk about the flywheel. But the cool part about it is if you have a structured flywheel and the operations manager understands their role in it, then they can oversee it and make sure that everybody is working to their maximum capacity, which will help to create momentum in your business. And then your business is just going to be rocking and rolling without you don't even have to be around. That's my favorite part. Like you can take your hands off of it and the business runs smoothly, effectively, and efficiently without you having to always be there and having to always oversee everything. That operations person can step into the place of that and can help you to make sure that things are going well. Okay, so to recap, I just want to remind you that it is important not only to have operations on the back end, but at the very beginning stages of your business. And I mentioned this here recently. If you don't have the capital just yet to bring on a full-time operations person, maybe consider having a fractional COO, or maybe consider just doing a consultation even so they can do an assessment and give you recommendations on things that you can implement into your business today that will improve not only the general operations of the business, but also the onboarding and training of people that you bring onto the business to help you to run it smoothly. I don't know. The one thing that I love about this is to feel like you can delegate and that things are going to be done correctly. that you have processes in place to make sure that they're consistent, and also that you're compliant. Compliance is a huge thing. You'll hear us talk about compliance a lot within the group, but you want to make sure too that these processes are streamlined because of compliance as well. Okay, so I'm done. That's my time. I don't want to keep going too much. I just want to give you quick, actionable tips and steps and things that you can take right now today to implement into the business in order to help you to build solid, good, solid, explosive momentum in your business. And this is one of those tips. Okay, thinking about bringing on an operations person or seeing how they can help you to improve your onboarding and training process. Okay, last but not least, I want to invite you, as always, to join our B&E Elite membership. It is the best way to experience B&E in its totality. We are there as a community of Black nurse, excellent Black nurse experts, but Black nurse entrepreneurs. So we invite you with open arms. If you've never been a part of it, we would love to have you. If you were a part of it before and thinking about coming back, then we welcome you with open arms. But at the end of the day, what we want to make sure is that we're all rising collectively together. There's nothing more important than being able to be in a community of like-minded individuals helping one another to excel and become better at what we're doing in the arena of business, and also in the arena of us as healthcare providers and professionals. Okay, so that's my time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go to our website, https:// blacknurseentrepreneurs.org. Okay, but if all else fails, make sure that you follow us across all of our social media platforms at Black Nurse Entrepreneurs. Okay, my love to each and every one of you, and I will be back next Saturday with another very important topic. Okay, bye.